Here are a few tips to make your beats sound more tailored for artists. A lot of producers that make beats aren't always artists themselves and don't always rap or sing on them, so they may not know certain things that a rapper or artist is looking for. In today's video, I'm going to show you a very basic example of a beat, but point out some key points that you need for your own production. Now, this is not a amazing beat, but it is a good start, and it does a few things which I want to point out. First things first, this beat is aimed towards the rap side, so this is going to be intricate with lyrics on it, with rap lyrics, which is very demanding and very filling of the space, which means we need to keep in mind the space we take up with the musical aspect. So we have a little sample here, which we have sped up to 90, and what we've also done is added on some layers so that we can remove the sample in the verse. What this means is when we remove it from the verse and add in our own elements, it gives a lot of headroom for the artist to rap on. I'm going to show you an example of what this sounds like now. We have the sample here for our chorus. As you can hear, this is like quite full, but then when the sample's just kind of being used as an accent. The main things you want to focus on is keeping it simple. Not simple where the beat sounds trash, but simple enough that artists have enough room to get on. If you add multiple layers of instruments and various sounds and effects constantly playing, it's going to throw off the artist. Now, what I like to do is add and remove certain sounds and not have every sound playing all at the same time. Again, this is not an amazing example of the beat. I know this isn't like an amazing beat, so if you want to write in the comments that it's not, just know I know it just does certain things well. And I'm going to show you how easy this is to rap on in a minute, and I'm going to freestyle over this beat. Now, an important thing with these drums, now these are just the bare bones. I want you to take from this video as this is the baseline for your beats. Add your own little flavor, add your own style, but you need to master these things. I would recommend, if you're going for this sort of genre and this sort of style, to do this. So what we've got here is a very basic 808. Just hitting really hard on the first bit here. So if you listen, which is kind of what I like because it leaves a lot of room in the frequency range. We're not taking up too much of the bass. I mean, some people prefer bass heavy songs, but it's ultimately up to preference and whatever artist you're working with. I find these kind of rules are common. A lot of rappers want simpler beats, and you can spend 16 hours on your best beat and a rapper be like, meh, and spend 30 minutes on a beat and they're like, shit, whoa, that's sick, that's sick. It is the worst feeling ever, but it's cool that they like it. So I would always recommend having a simple beat in your back pocket, like just a basic beat, because sometimes you don't know, it could work. So, but yeah, and the kick is kind of similar. We just got little kicks in between as well, leaving a lot of room in between. And what's really carrying is these hi-hats, just very basic hi-hats. We can add little hi-hat rolls and stuff. Yeah, just give it a little more flavor. Nice. And then we've just got a basic rim here. So you see how these like kind of work together, and they kind of leave a lot of room in the beat to get on. Yeah, so you can obviously add a lot of layers. Again, I would like to preface, this is just what I consider the baseline minimum. But yeah, I think it does sound quite good from very little work. This 4 hours, ignore that, it's about 20 minutes of work. So we have addictive keys here for the piano, and this is just a repeated melody. We're starting on the bass note and then just playing two dissonant notes together. And we copied the bass note up here. So the pattern for this is duh, duh, duh. Like, so let me play it. Duh, duh, duh. So we have that on the bottom here, but with notes in between. So it's just nice, and it kind of carries the beat, and I think it fits the vibe really well. And the other sound I added was just this reverse. This little reverse guitar from Labs, reverse guitar harmony. So we're just gonna, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there's not much to it. I just think it's an important topic. So the main points that I would focus on is keep it simple. Don't overload your beat. Know your audience, know your artists, and know your intention. If the artist does like beats with lots of 808s, do that. If they don't. You need to know your target audience first before you start making the beat. I would say this is the most generalized way to do it. If you start off like this and then show an artist and they're like, yeah, cool, but I think it needs this. Because some artists do produce like me as well. So if you give me a beat like this, I could be like, well, it could work with that. Yeah, I like the idea. Because I think once you have this just idea down, it can spark some creativity in people. And you don't have to make 50 fully fledged beats to go into a studio session. You could pull up with like 20 half-made beats and build from there. Because a lot of people, like musical people, can hear beats once you play it, so they'll already from that they'll have like an idea and oh yeah, that's sick, you know what I mean? So we got random word generator too. Yeah. Said I pull up to the suit on my beats not to be tamed. It's so insane spitting off this lyrical brain. They trying to get me down, but I be breaking into the bigger game. Echo with the flows, yeah, I be rapping in my bat cave. How I pull up with a Batman, I'm soaring through these skies. You ain't seen what I seen, goddamn. I'm looking up to the sky like goddamn me. These cards I've been dealt don't go in hand, see. Yo, bleeding frequently on the frequency, so it hurts. When I pull up to the studio, we leave them all dispersed. Killing every cypher, yeah, I'm killing every verse. Literally the illest literate, I got that literature. Yeah, off the top I spit this shit. No way you gonna ever get close to it. Spitting to the top, I'm spitting from the tip. Yeah, you on the back, I be reaping all the benefits. I'm literally rubbing a whole game. Spitting off the top, so it's simple as fucking plain. When I spitting all these flames, I bring the fire to the game. I'm spitting off the top, now remember the fucking name. I'm ripping all these rhymes, it's going to infinite. Trying to get me, but I be cooking MCs like the skillet. Said my skill, it's infinite. That ain't no limit to a MC, now get with it. Yeah. They want me, so I leave all night. I want something, but they alright. It's very easy to get ideas and make stuff with it, which I think is a good idea, because once you can get lyrics down, or once your artist can get lyrics down, then you can add in more elements and see where they actually fit. And that's where I would also recommend, when making type beats, using an acapella from the artist, because you can hear their like kind of thoughts and where little pockets work. But anyway, I hope this video helps you in some sort of capacity, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.